3 out of 5 people in Massachusetts are living on the financial edge with little to no savings. So we're getting down to business with Cosmo, Macero, Vanille and Associates to break this all down for us. Now, this report Cosmo released, and let me just cite from some of it here, says, that basically a family of 4 would only have money for 3 months of basic expenses. We've heard 3 months is needed for that emergency fund. Other people say 6 months, even a year. So we're behind here as far as the survey is concerned.
Yeah, it's a study by the Corporation for Enterprise Development. Look, it's not easy to save, especially in a place like Massachusetts where the cost of living is so high. Nationwide, our savings rate as a country is still pretty woeful. We're not really conditioned to save properly. In fact, we're conditioned to spend. That's what drives the economy. We're encouraged by government, by business, by retailers to spend more, because that's what drives our economy. But you know what? You got to save a certain amount of money. 3 months, really, you're underprepared for a crisis in your household if that's all you have.
Right.
And you ought to be saving 6 months or more. And it's all about dedicating money for that. But you know what? Cost of living, you lose a job, there's a layoff, there's a health crisis. One of those things could put people on the margins, or even people in the income range of 65 to 100,000, a good strong middle income could put you in trouble real quick.
Yeah, so the big question is, how do you get around that problem? How do you fix it? What steps can you take?
I think people need to dedicate a certain amount of their money and pay themselves first, so to speak.
Right.
Pay yourself that 10% or 12 or 15% out of your paycheck right away and dedicate that to saving. You also probably ought to have a debt management plan. If you've got accumulated credit card debt, focus on that. Right. Because that's your household risk. That's the financial risk that's going to take you down the most, having this commitment to debt and making those payments when you have other expenses, especially during a financial crisis.
Yeah, some good points. All right, let's talk about the sandwich generation. We're hearing more and more about this, and these are, say you're the person who brings home the bread in your house. You're also taking care of your kid who may get out of college, doesn't have a job yet, and maybe a parent or two has moved in with you.
That's right. The sandwich generation is taking care of the baby boomer and old, or the older baby boomers and family members, older people in their household, parents and so forth. And then you've got that failure to launch generation. You've got the college graduates who, kids are coming back home and taking more time. It takes longer and longer to get through college. In fact, I think nationwide the average is over 5 years to get through college. And then in a tough economy, finding a job is difficult. So these factors compound the situation for a lot of families who already are under financial strain.
Yeah, and one thing we didn't even talk about was the fact that, college loans. A lot of those loans are going to be paid off. It's going to take a long time, so it's tough to save with everything you just laid out. But somehow, some way, you got to find a way, right?
Yeah, that's the next big bubble. That's the next big financial crisis facing us nationwide.
Sure is.
And that's the college debt crisis, and something needs to be addressed.
We got to go to school, learn more ways to combat that one. All right, Cosmo Macero, we'll leave it at that. Great to see you on a Wednesday.
All right, Mark, thank you.